Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we have a special edition, Thursday night edition. You know it has to be special. And you know who's here? Oscar. The OG is in the house from Instavidai, the business opportunity, but more importantly, social media opportunity of a lifetime. Because I look at things differently. And by the way, if you're an ordinary citizen and you think you can't reach the amount of people you may need to reach, well, guess what? We have solutions for you right here, and you need to stay tuned. And we're going to show you the latest in the development from Oscar himself. So you don't want to miss this. And the last thing, since it's called Stop Struggling Now, we always talk about buying assets. Well, this is an asset, ladies and gentlemen, for the future. Get in early. We'll talk about a lot of this, but don't go anywhere. And welcome to Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, the future is here, but it's different because a genius has arrived, and I call him the OG a genius because, ladies and gentlemen, once you understand the capabilities of this, it is ingenious. So I got to bring Oscar to the stage. Welcome, Oscar. Very nice to see you once again.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Man, I love your intros always.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
I get excited when we start talking about the future. I'm a geek at heart.
Yeah.
So I have to admit, I started thinking about some other things while you have sort of rearranged it a little bit. I was like, oh my, there's something that's coming up in May in the Dominican Republic. We're going to have a musical festival. So I was thinking, wait a minute. I could be using Instavidai to promote the bands who are going to be there. And then their band members can also promote it on their social media. And now we start doing what Instavidai is supposed to do.
Yep. All of those things are possibilities. Ever since, you and I started talking and you were putting in other options inside of our brains to say, hey, could this be a possibility? Because other people have done that. So we've evolved in the past 60 days of where we thought we were going to build, and we ended up building something so much more.
Exactly. I'm excited about this. And again, it's a startup. I want to mention this to people because they don't realize this is actually a startup. You can actually be involved.
Oh, yeah.
But if you want to, you're going to have to hit up Oscar after the show. And how do you hit him up? It's info@instavidai.com. It's scrolling along the bottom of the screen, so you can get it there. So I'm excited about the latest improvements because a lot of people don't realize other companies and organizations want to join this, and they want their own type of Instavidai that they control. So we're going to talk about that too, which is kind of exciting. So wherever you want to start, let's go.
All right. So let's get started on this. First of all, let me take 4 or 5 minutes and let's catch up to people who don't even know what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Let's do that first. So I'm going to share my screen so that way everybody can get to see what we're doing and what we're all about. So this is Instavid AI. And what we're talking about here is an industry that literally can go to $15 trillion in the next couple of years. And the growth pattern is just tremendous. It's new technology. But It's not the way you think of AI. So for instance, we've built this avatar to kind of explain to you what Instavid is, because this is Sam and Sam's our spokesperson. So let me see if you guys can actually hear this.
Empowering the 51 million video content creators is our mission. You see, they all share a common challenge: the desire to expand their reach by inspiring their fans and followers to share and promote their content. The key question is, what motivates these followers to share? According to the founder of Instavidai, it's simple yet profound. The videos that are shared are the ones where fans find themselves starring in. Join us in revolutionizing video content and the joint storytelling world.
Did you get to hear that?
Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh. So this is one of our passions, right? The joint storytelling industry. So similar to what's happening right now, Eric is a great personality. He has that voice that if I ever introduce him to my girlfriend, he's going to steal her. I mean, it's just one of those things, right? But if we combine our skill sets, me as a geek and he as a, that smooth operator guy, together we make better stories. And that's the whole goal of what
empowering the 51 million.
Let's tell Sam to stop. So here's what the numbers show, right? There's 51 million creators like Eric Bird here. Obviously, Stop Struggling Now is focused on helping people stop struggling, building assets and whatnot. But there's 50,990,000, the difference of all the creators that are doing so many other things: sneakers and t-shirts and bikinis and travel and cars and farming. And I mean, I took a look at a lot of things, but all of these creators are building all sorts of stuff. But here's the problem: 99% of the market has less than 1 million subscribers. And you really don't make money as a creator until you hit certain milestones, 100,000 and above. You can't monetize on YouTube. You monetize differently. That being said, 99% of them have less than 200 videos, and 97% of them fail because they don't keep on going. So, so we looked at this and we said, what's the problem? And the problem was that creating content like this costs a lot of money and a lot of time. To be very specific, it costs roughly about $1,000 and 3 days of work. What you're seeing now is that Eric has a system where he interviews people like myself. So it seems smooth, but behind the scenes, he had to do a lot of work to get it to this place. Is that a fair statement, Eric?
Very fair statement. We still have to do intros. We still have to make videos. We still have to, and even after this, it's going to play on other platforms. So now I have to put it into other platforms, on podcasts and on YouTube, on the different channel links. Yeah, you got to keep going.
People don't get how much work you do to give them these content. So for me, I applaud all the content creators because I couldn't do it. Although I have the skills to do it, I was trying to become a creator like Eric. And I was looking at these costs. I was saying $1,000 and 3 days of work. And I fell for it. I look at the lights I bought, right? Look, I bought the lights, right? I can change the colors on the lights. I mean, I was going for it. I was going for it. The problem was when it dawned on me that one video takes 3 days. I needed to create 3,000 videos. And then again, you create the videos, you post it. If it's good, you get viewers. If it's really good, you get people that comment on the video. Well, what can help me create things faster? The solution for us is Instavid. It's easier, it's faster, it's cheaper, it can go viral. So I was looking for a way to help me compete with the Eric Birds, the Tony Robbins, the Gary Vaynerchuks, right? Because I've done a TED Talk. I've spoken at the Vatican. So I thought, hey, I got some good credibility and some good skills, but I couldn't catch up to them number-wise. So we came up with a couple of solutions, talking to people like Eric. Actually, we talked to Eric and we talked to 3 others. We have a couple of people working with us that does events. And what made sense is this statement: make your fans post videos that promote you. So the question was, how do we do that? How do we accomplish that? And the way we did that was this: the videos that go viral for your users are the ones with them in it. But we had to build a technology that combined your capabilities of interviewing with their handheld device or with a web browser. So we came up with this. Welcome to Instavid, where you can literally create virtual interview campaigns. And guys, I'm going to show you it live. So our theory is you can either charge for the interview or you can post the interview as a testimonial. You can showcase your top interviews. You can prevent unwanted promotions. You can white label our technology, and you can do virtual AI with this virtual AI editor. So this is how the process works. If you're an Eric Bird, you're going to prep the system, and I'm going to actually show you it live. So there's 5 steps that basically he has to do. He has to pre-record questions that he wants people to answer. And then he has to preset his social media, his everything. So he's telling the system, hey, once people do this interview, you're going to post it on my social media channels. Then he has to choose step 3. Does he want to charge, or does he want to give it, for free because he wants testimonials? And then 4, he starts customizing a web portal for these interviews. I'm going to show you that live. And then 5, he promotes it. So really, he really had to do just 1, 2, 3. The 4 and the 5 are really just promoting it. Now, what does a person like me do? So imagine I'm one of Eric's followers, which I am. That's truthful. And I want to get interviewed by Eric. I'm going to scan his QR code if he has one. If not, I'm going to go to his URL that he sends me. I'm going to either pay for the interview or not, depending what Eric decided to do. And then I'm going to put in my information, what I want to promote in this joint storytelling model. So if I had a business, I'll put my social media for my business. Eric is asking me about business questions in this example. And then I do the interview, which is step 4. And on step 5, it combines everything Eric did, everything I did. And on both of our social media channels, everything gets promoted and we're both promoted.
Win-win.
Win-win-win, right?
Exactly.
Because he literally deployed the system. I got to interview the system. I got to share, and we both built something. We both had credibility. Now, Eric, it's his campaign. It's his interview. He gathers my users. So in other words, the average human being, not an Eric, I'm talking about the average human being that doesn't do this business, has roughly about 600 people that follow them between Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, whatever you want to call them. 600. But guess what? He can't reach my 600 unless I posted this interview on my social media. And that was the solution. That was the secret sauce. That Eric is getting access to my users because I am joint storytelling. I am being interviewed by Eric, and I want to be interviewed by Eric because I follow Eric's channel. And that's the key thing. Any YouTube channel you guys follow, imagine Mr. Beast himself, the biggest YouTuber in the world, interviewing you. Wouldn't you tell your friends and family you got interviewed by the biggest YouTuber in the world? Eric, would you share that video if Mr. Beast interviews you?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Mr. Beast has 100 million plus followers.
Exactly.
Eric wants to say, hey, that 100 million plus followers now know who I am. Right?
That's
so
right.
This is what we created. An artificial intelligence editing software that does all that work that we just explained. And the benefit is this. We believe that the traditional revenue of 100,000 subscribers is $2,000. But if an influencer with 90,000 people or 57,000 people, if they don't make any money off of YouTube, they could with us. And what I'm saying is this, that option of charging for the interview. Oprah Winfrey, easily, you would pay to be interviewed by Oprah Winfrey. But if you charge just $10, so imagine you have 57,000 followers, subscribers, you're on YouTube, YouTube pays you $0. But what if you interviewed them? 57,000 subscribers at $10 per interview makes you $570,000. So you influencers that are under 100,000 subscribers, are you making $570,000? The answer generally is no. If you had 90,000 subscribers, you're maybe making $2,000 with YouTube or $900,000 with our platform. It's not just win-win, it's win-win cha-ching. Oh, I'm going to coin that. Win-win cha-ching, right? So that's just the money side. Then we said, but how many new people are they gathering because of this technology? And this is where we went into the numbers. When we share our interviews all over social media from that influencer, that literally we're saying if 1,000 subscribers would do an interview with 600 people that they reach, and that interview is on their social media, so literally influencers will gather, on this example, 600,000 brand new eyeballs, brand new people watching them interview this friend of theirs, watching them talk about their subject matter. And if 20% of them engaged with the influencer, in this example, the influencer will gain 120,000 new views. Now that is strong. Think about it. Right? What's the whole goal for influencers? Gather new audience members. That's with 120,000 new views, now the YouTube channel starts monetizing for you. That's the power of what we're talking about here, which changes the paradigm where now, instead of taking 3 days and $1,000, it's 15 minutes. That's it. And it's post the interview with links to your subscribers. 10-20% of them will interview with you, and then you gain all of that traction. We literally have alleviated a lot of the pain points for influencers, and therefore we get to this. The tide of interviews turns fan-based interviews into your brand's best customer promotion system. That's what we created. We're going to charge $4.99 for a basic package, which means you cannot increase the charge. You cannot charge for the interview. You can't at that package. But at $1,200, we're going to give influencers the ability to charge for their interviews and make money off of those interviews. And we're going to give them another opportunity, an opportunity that if they have other influencers that they recommend this product to, we'll give them a 10% override off the income we make off of that influencer and all the videos we make for that influencer. So basically, here's what happens. What was before one video with one social media post now turns into many videos to many social media posts, one-to-one or many-to-many. That is the difference between what Instavid is doing and what everybody else is doing. So here's the numbers, just to wrap up this section. What we're saying is this. If we get 15,000 customers at the lowest package that I just showed you, we make $30 million. But then it's all their videos that we're making, an average of $2 per video. We make $7.4 million for generating those videos. But if the further up you go, look, if we get 32,000 influencers, we make $64 million, but we also make almost 16 million off the videos. And again, 65,000. Look what happens over here. At 395,000 people, we can make $790 million, and then we make hundreds of millions of dollars for creating those videos. The business opportunity, and just that example, which is lowballing it, I'm going to actually go through the financials and later on, because we found a way to actually increase that dramatically. but basically that's our system. We have a complete command and control platform for it of what we're doing for the system. So let me get the system up. Let me show it to you guys. You guys got to see the new improvements that we did. So one of the biggest things that we were working on, thanks to Eric and a couple of other people that gave us their opinions on what can we do to make this thing better. Let me show you guys. We actually ended up, this is the entire back office. And I'm going to show you, this is the website, instavidai.com. You can actually test drive our technology by going to test videos, and you can actually test drive the technology. We're going to do that, and you guys can see where we're at. But see how this campaign is there? So this is our test drive campaign, and it looks nice. It looks beautiful, but it's not customized to you, the influencer, you know, that we're targeting. So what we did is we gave you an ability to create not one campaign, multiple campaigns. So that bigger package is going to give influencers the ability to make multiple campaigns. For an example, I'm going to copy, I made these 2 campaigns. I'm going to copy the URL for that one. And I'm going to show you that campaign is my son's golf campaign. So I'm making a campaign, and look how it's customized with his header, with my daughter's pictures, you know, because you're going to be interviewed by my daughter in this campaign. Now, let's go back. Now you see, that's one look. Here's another look. So what we did is, let me get the URL of this campaign and watch this. This is another campaign for one of our partners. So they have a unique idea, and I'm going to talk about them. It's called My Time Capsule, where they want an AI to interview people on their last dying months, where they want to leave a legacy and want to tell their story to their family. They can now do it by participating with My Time Capsule, and Instavid AI will be the background interviewer that they're going to be using. Powerful.
Wow.
Yeah,
Very
think about
powerful.
that one, right?
Wow.
All these people that buy life insurance because they say, I got to
Yeah.
leave something for my kids, but you got to leave what your experience was. Imagine that.
Yes.
And imagine our AI editing interview system is the backbone behind that technology. And I'm actually going to show it to you here in a little bit. But how did we customize it like this? Look, guys, this is our technology here. I'm going to customize my son's one. I'm not going to customize the client's one. But look, I can hit edit details. And you're seeing all the example videos we've already done here. So for instance, I can click on one of these videos, and it actually will show you one of the old videos that we did. That's basically what's going to be loading up, right? But so it archives all your videos that you've done. But look, I can come over here, see the pictures that I have here, and I can come over here and change this by literally a push of a button. You just click here and you get to load new pictures. That is what we did. The ability for you to customize these 3 images are right here. So we gave people the ability to customize all the stuff. Now, it's still a little daunting. Eric and a bunch of other people have been testing out the system, and they go, Oscar, you know, there's still work to be done. How can we simplify it? That was a key question that Eric was asking. And what we did, not that one. We're not going to talk about that guy yet. This one. So this is, you guys are literally seeing how we build technology. We iterate from one phase to the next phase based on feedback that we got. We got this feedback, and look, we're turning, let's go back. We're turning this, right? It starts right here. This to this. No brainer. It's more dynamic.
Exactly.
Right? This is exactly what Eric said. He goes, dude, You got to bring it down to a 1, 2, 3. And I'm like, okay, we're working on it, right? And literally, it was because of his suggestions. 2 other people said the same thing. And look, as computer people, sometimes we think we figured it out on the first iteration. That's not true. You got to keep on evolving, and you got to listen to what your customers are saying. And what better than an influencer? So I shouldn't be offended if someone says, hey, don't put the play button there because I'm going to think a video is going to play. Okay. All right. That makes sense, right? So look, he got us to change it to this. And then on step 1, you set it up like this. Now let's go to what we have right now. Step 1 is all of this. So step 1 is now changing to this. And then step 2 is setting up your questions for your campaign. Right now, the way you set up your questions for your campaign is you got to put who's going to be interviewing. You got to put the interviewer's information. Then you got to set up categories, and then you set up your questions for your campaign. So see, it took 3 buttons to do that. And what we're changing it to is 1 screen, and then you upload your videos. And this is something that Eric and someone else brought up. They said, hey, silly goose, there's vertical and there's horizontal. You're only giving us horizontal. Oh, you're right. Right? Look at what we had here. When you're uploading, like if I upload a video, record a video, guess what? Record a video is horizontal. That's the system right there. That's literally recording me right now here in this box. If you guys can see that, the system was recording me, so I can either record my questions that my fans are gonna make, or I can upload, that video. So in this case, I'm gonna delete that because we don't have that. But we can literally upload and record, and see how it's not available on vertical, because we're turning it into this, where you do horizontals on this side, verticals on this side. So that way, you're capturing both of your fans, the people on web and the people on mobile. What do you think so far, Eric? Pretty good.
I love this. I love it. This
Right?
is what I'm talking about. Streamlined, ordinary citizens, OCs can understand it. So
and that was your feedback, is like, hey, Oscar, you're building this for geeks. And I was, because I am one. I'm thinking, hitting 100 buttons is easy. And you're like laughing at me going, no, don't do that. So, I mean, am I wrong? That was literally what you were trying to slap me.
Yeah.
With information the nice way.
Yep, exactly.
Well, listen, just slap me. I don't mind, right? But look, he was right? And that is what you do in business, is when your customers tell you something, effing pay attention. You're a startup, and you can't possibly think of everything. So the more feedback for us, the better. And look, it's now beautiful. And then you can see your recordings. And guess what? At that point, you're customizing. And then you're literally saying, hey, here's the information I want you to promote at the end of the video. And then bada bing, bada boom, are you charging? Are you not charging? And then you customize everything, and here it is. You got your customized fan page, right?
Beautiful. Yep, I love it.
Those are all the suggestions from this cumbersome system. We're gonna get a more streamlined system that actually plays out. So that leads us to our next phase. Because we did this, we were able to really focus on, who's our partners. How can we get partners? So one of our first partners is one of the owners of a company that gets former rappers. Maybe they're still setting up some songs, and they're doing television programs. And one of them is this guy. If you guys know who that is, that's Waka Flocka. And he was a good rapper. He right now has a good, I don't know, I'm not rapping, I'm just saying good as good. That he got a lot of substance. He has 4 million followers on social media, but he's not making any money, any significant money on those 4 million. If his fans would know that he is going on, and I'm doing the numbers on my calculator here, if his 4 million fans were given the opportunity to be interviewed by him virtually at $20, right? That's a rapper. He can charge a lot more money than Eric and I could.
Yeah.
So $20 at 4 million fans makes him $80 million if all of them took the videos. Now, we don't think that's going to happen. We think maybe 10% or 5% will, but his total potential income with our platform is 80 million. So his partner, reached out to me. I've known him for a long time. Great guy. What they're doing for Dosh and Dosh fans is amazing for me because they have 100, 200 other rappers. And that is one of our initial partnerships, thankfully because of an old friend of mine. So that is one.
Beautiful.
Right? That's a good one. Now, there's another, right, that we're working on. And this is the My platform. So My time capsule is all about your legacy, your digital legacy, which is a big industry right now. It's projected to go. In fact, the numbers are here. 2 billion individuals are 40 plus in age, and they're all thinking about their legacy, their digital legacy. So this platform is all about what if we can dump all your knowledge into an AI version of you. Whoa. Think about that one, right? So
that's crazy.
And Facebook right now, you post and they're using your information. Here you post and you're building your digital self where you can interact with your digital self, but you can give your family the ability to interact with you. And this is the platform. You got your young you, your current you, and your older you, that this system is going to, because of all the information you're posting in there, create your yous. And the interview process of that you happens to be Instavid.
Nice.
Is that not a great use case?
That is awesome.
This company is going to be featured at the Eclipse Festival in Texas. So if you guys don't know about this, this is the Eclipse Festival in Texas. The event coordinator, thankfully with My Time Capsule and us, they are giving us the opportunity that between the 5th and the 9th, over 100,000 people, all kind of like Burning Man type style. They're all going to be there, speakers and whatnot. And they're featuring one of their featured companies where they're going to promote on their technology happens to be our new partner. And literally they invested into Instavid, and they're going to be promoting their system that we empower. 100,000 people are going to know that they exist. And because they exist, they're going to use our technology in the future for their interviews. That's how business is made. Business just evolves from one opportunity to another. And if we can work together, oh my God, man, do we have opportunities if we can work together? So
exactly.
That's what I got. What do you think?
Nice. I love it. I love all of the improvements. This is exciting, streamlined for everybody, and makes it easy to use. That means it's everybody's eligible for this, because I know it started off with speakers, influencers, but as me, I always look at the OCs, ordinary citizens that aren't tech savvy and who also might want to make a little bit of money themselves. So
that influencer, that influencer. So this is where the partnership is, with Eric and Stop Struggling Now. Well, I can't do it the way you do. Stop struggling now. But so what we want is this. Look, we're a startup. We're still in the seed round. We made it that if Stop Struggling Now participants want to participate, reach out to me. We're doing a friends and family round. If you want to take a piece of this company before it goes out there, just email me. We're friends and family here on Stop Struggling Now. But above and beyond that, as we launch our campaigns, you got an opportunity that you're going to get a special code I'm going to send to Eric, where if you come in on a pre-sale of that $499 package, we're going to upgrade you to the $1,200 package where you can charge for interviews, and you can literally bring us influencers and override them. That campaign is going to start in the next couple of weeks. We predict it's going to be sooner than 30 days, but no later than 30 days. So Eric and I are going to test everything. We actually have, let's see. We actually have it. Let me pull it up. You guys got to see this. One of the key things is that when we come up with ideas, you know, we initiate them pretty quickly. It's not like a multi-month iteration or anything like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's, you know, people have to understand. We're pretty quick at this. So I'm looking at, here it is. So, oh, it's because I'm logged in. Yep. Let me start another. Since I logged in on multiple things here, I'm going to do incognito and then go for here and copy that and then paste it here. Okay. So, boom. Here it is. Boom, boom. Yep. Okay. So here's what it's going to look like. So that way you guys get to see what we're talking about. I'm not sharing my screen, am I?
No, it's not coming out.
Hold on. Here it is. And go here and present and show screen, share screen, entire screen. That way I get to do it this way. And tell me you can see it now.
I can see it. Here we go.
Okay, so you're going to get a special invitation code where you're going to be able to pop it in here and actually get our pre-round whitelisted to be our beta testers and be able to get the larger package for that smaller price. Above and beyond there, anybody that is looking at a micro investment on a seed round, according to the Jobs Act, we can do this with non-accredited investors only if they're friends and family. So in this case, start struggling now. Anything over $1,000, by all means, you know, we'll consider. But you got to email us at info@instavidai.com so that way you can get more information. So this campaign, we're already coding this. We're integrating crypto, not just PayPal, not just Stripe. So we're integrating crypto so that way we can start launching these campaigns. You're going to start seeing videos and advertisement about Instavid in the next 45 to 60 days. But in the next 3 to 4 weeks, you're going to get early access. But we're only advertising this to specific influencers. We're not going for the big influencers yet. We're going to target influencers right now between 10,000 subscribers and 50,000 subscribers because we believe we got to get them in first before a Mr. Beast with 200 million subscribers. That's our philosophy.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah. So we really wanted to have everybody participate in a good way. And Eric was right, you know, the common person. How do you get the common influencer, not just the common person? Then it's the common influencer. Give him the opportunity or them the opportunity to compete with the Tony Robbins because Tony Robbins doesn't even have this tech. Exactly.
Yeah. And you mentioned one thing that we've talked about before. Now, we in the back office, most people haven't been back there. We don't have that many people in this, but we have we can pay in the back office ourselves to allow the video to be free, right? Yes. We have credits.
Right.
All right. So
$2 for editing. So if you want, you buy that $4.99, you know, package, you already automatically get about 50 of those credits, but you need more. It's $2 per video editing that the AI is doing. Where again, think about a car dealership. They might want to get 200 video testimonials. In fact, we were called by a convention company that literally wants to use this for in the booths. They want to get people's customer testimonials for the booths. So they're going to have, each booth is going to have their own interview system. Scan the QR code and you get to do an interview with your phone right there of the product that you've seen in the booth. That's another use case.
Exactly. That's business. I love it. That's what I'm talking about, because that's the way I see it. I'm like, this is like promotion. Crazy, on the spot, in the store, in the booth, wherever you are. It doesn't matter. You can just start rolling. And especially if you sell products.
And right where they're excited. They're
Exactly.
excited at that moment. Guess what happens when they go home? They fight with the girlfriend. They fight with the wife. They fight with the kids. They fight. They start watching Netflix's awesome show about aliens that just came out today. You know, I just tagged it. So, you know, I mean, it's just whatever that distracts them. They forgot then to go and do the interview. Now there's no excuse. QR code right off your phone, interview, and it gets posted on social media. Bada bing, bada boom. Under 5 minutes, everyone's happy.
Exactly. And what we didn't do today, we didn't show the actual process, but let people know the AI version creates an intro for you, and you get to write it in, and it creates an outro for you that you can also write in for the AI voice to do a voiceover.
You know what? You're absolutely right. Totally forgot to do that. Look, guys, you want to do it? It takes less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, we're going to do it.
All
you
right,
know
all
what
right,
we
good.
do here, man. We show
We
people.
do it live.
You know?
Don't tell me you can do something. Show me. Eric
That's
like,
right.
show me.
Exactly.
Okay, so here's an example, right? So let's assume you know, I went to a booth or a car dealership and I put my name. And I can put anything here. I'll put Oscar Rico the Man Garcia. Right? Just to put it in there. You know, you can put anything. But look, if you want to promote something, it's time for Netflix. I mean, whatever you want to promote, right? The movies are cool.
Yep.
Whatever you want to promote, we have the capabilities where the AI editor will do that for you. So I'm just going to put hashtags for right now for my social media. I'm going to hit agree. I'm going to zoom out so you guys can see that I'm doing this
Welcome to our example interview. Please tell us in under 30 seconds what you're most excited about these days.
So that was the question. What are you most excited about these days? Watch this. I hit continue and I start recording. I am super excited about Instavid and what it could do. So that's my answer, right? And guess what? It just did that. Look at this. Here's the QR code where if I want to take the interview to my phone, I scan that QR code and I can take the interview to the phone, right? So that's
great. Thank you for that.
That's number 2.
Now tell us how you could use this platform.
How can I use the platform? Let's do it, right? Here's my response to it. I'm going to tell all my friends about this platform so I can charge them a fee to interview with me and make a lot of money. So that was my answer there, right? So last question, here it comes, right? We go to the next page.
That is great input. Finally, please tell people how important it is to use new technology.
So last question, how important it is to use new technology. Technology is a force multiplier. If you don't use it, you lose it. I literally said that like 2 days ago and I loved it. So repeating it. So watch this, guys. At this point, it's done. That was less than 5 minutes. And guess what it's doing? It's generating everything. And then whatever you wanted to promote of your technology, your company, it's right here. When this video is done, I get to post it on my social media that promotes that interviewer. So we'll wait a little bit and you'll notice 1 minute remaining. It roughly takes about 2 to 3 minutes. So we have another revenue opportunity. We can have an advertisement of that company play here until the video's up live, or we can allow other advertisers to be there. Most people, they get out, right? And we send them an email and a text message when their video is ready. And when their video is ready, they hit the link and they come see it and then they share. But if they sit here like us, we're just gonna wait and we're gonna see how soon. And remember, this is taking the place of 3 days of editing. 3 days.
Right.
So what did you eat for breakfast since we're waiting here?
I don't remember. Eggs. rice,
eggs. I
vegetables,
hear you. Now,
sausage.
well, let's bring up another thing here. And I'm asking Eric some questions because look, he knows how to create videos better. One of the things that we're going to do is we're going to create a guide of how to do lighting, how to best, take the videos, because we have to educate people that, maybe don't know. Oh, here it is. It's getting finished. See that?
Almost done.
Video answer is being converted. First audio is being converted. See how it's telling you what it's doing? So the system is now validating all the points you can do, because one thing is going to be possible here in the near future with us. You can re-edit this. So it's going to copy everything. And then let's say you didn't like that it started at a certain second and you wanted to start a little bit later for the guy's answer, you can edit it again.
Yes. And also, we're going to add another feature. I don't know if it's added, but the length of time is different across different platforms. So there's going to be a gray out, I think.
Yes.
Because you can't do,
No,
past a minute or whatever.
Yeah, like whatever TikTok is, whatever the short form videos are, that's what we're starting for. Now watch this. This just got done live right here on Stop Struggling Now. And watch this. Let's listen to the whole editing capability. 3 days of work done in under 5 minutes, and here we go.
Today we have a great interview. Welcome Oscar Rico, the man Garcia. Here are the 3 questions we have for you.
Welcome to our example interview. Please tell us in under 30 seconds what you're most excited about these days.
I am super excited about Instavid and what it could do.
Great. Thank you for that. Now tell us how you could use this platform.
I'm going to tell all my friends about this platform so I can charge them a fee to interview with me and make a lot of money.
That is great input. Finally, please tell people how important it is to use new technology.
Technology is a force multiplier. If you don't use it, you lose it.
This was an example on how you can use virtual interviews, expand your viral video presence, use Instavidai today and increase your reach tenfold.
It's time for Netflix. The movies are cool.
There you go.
Today we have a great interview.
Guys, you guys just got to see the technology, our MVP, functioning. Now it just gets better and better from here. There you go, buddy. Oh, I can't hear you.
On here, we use an AI person. Now, we still have where we could actually do the interview ourselves instead of the AI person.
We prefer
or is it
that.
just the AI person?
No. We prefer you doing it because, again, the fans don't want to talk to an AI. They want to talk to you.
That's right. That's exactly right. So you would put in your own video or questions or whatever you want to do. Exactly. And then that's beautiful. Yeah.
That gentleman's a good gentleman, but that's just for us because
right. Exactly.
My partners and I, we didn't want to go out there, right? We wanted
that
to do it. And that is a service we provide for companies. If they want to, to educate about their technology, but they don't really have a spokesperson, then we make stuff like
Perfect. That's right. It's beautiful. Just another revenue stream.
Yeah.
That's it. Exactly. Yeah. All right, Oscar. This is great. And new partners.
For all of our Stop Struggling Now key participants that came in with us, thank you. Because of you, we're at that level. So be proud of what we're doing because we're literally getting into the next stage of the game, which is revenue and getting the product out there, which is exciting. We're very close of getting all that done.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for being here once again. Oscar, the OG himself, is in the house, and he's still a geek too, but he's cool as hell though.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks again, man. I'll talk to you later. All right. Have a good evening. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, what can I tell you? You see a little progress has been done. And you see Oscar's information down below. If you're going to get in touch with him, put in the subject line SSN Nation. All right. This is different and new technology. Some people may be watching this going, well, I still don't get it. Well, hey, hit up Oscar, get into the back office, start messing around, and then all of a sudden your mind might start going, wait a minute, I can use this for this, because everybody does things differently. We don't know what you do if you're not really online. We don't know what you do if you have a channel that's not on YouTube or is on YouTube. We don't know your social media. We don't know what you promote. We don't know what you love. We don't know what you love to talk about. So therefore, you might start thinking, well, wait a minute, I can use it a different way. We're doing like a Q&A, but for me, you guys know we're having our May 9th through the 12th music event. I'm going to use it a different way. I'm going to say, hey, look who's coming to the SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Music Festival. And then after I say that, I'll have the artist saying, or, come on down. I'm performing May 10th through the 12th. And then he promotes it, I promote it. You see how this could work? It's a little bit different, right? So think about it, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to get into a startup where you get an SSN Nation Mr. Wonderful deal, let me describe what a Mr. Wonderful deal is. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, this is hypothetical. That's all I can say. The sake of argument, you say, hey, I have $1,000 that I can only contribute to this, and that's what I want to put in. Mr. Wonderful deal looks like this. You get some sort of investment, you get some sort of shares, you get locked in, and what normally happens is that when you're not a friend and family, you just get shares. And I'll give an example. I've given this example before. When Uber came out, it was something real cheap. 10 grand, thousands of shares. Then it went to 25 grand, thousands of shares. But that was 2009, I think. 2008, somewhere in there. They didn't come public. You would have had to hold on to your shares for 10 years or more with no return whatsoever. Whereas the SSN Nation Mr. Wonderful deal is, if there's any profits, then guess what? You get part of the profit returned to you as your percentage that you put in. And you still retain your percentage. So then if you do have a buyout, go public or whatever else, your percentage you still retain and receive that as well. So hopefully I explained that the best, but hit up Oscar. Info at instavidai.com and put in the subject line SSN Nation so he knows it's you. Now, we have a few people in the house. Joe Nay, welcome to the SSN Nation Thursday night edition with Instavidai and our man Oscar OG here himself. I definitely see the progress. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Joe Nay. And he has that icon next to his name. Brian P., welcome to the SSN Nation Thursday night business night edition with Oscar, the OG, Oscar Garcia, here with Instavidai. And he says, hello, Eric. I hope all is well with you. And thank you so much for that. You guys, please share these videos, share these streams, share the podcast, share the YouTubes, share all of the social medias, the Instagrams, the TikToks. You guys know what I'm referring to. Share the videos. A lot of people out here don't know technology that can help them. Well, here's something that can help ordinary citizens, because how many videos are you going to be able to put up in a day? After you have to make a video, download the video, edit the video, you've already spent a couple of hours. Sure, you might be able to put it up in an hour or two, but you still had to spend a couple of hours. Versus, how about a 1 minute, 3 1-minute clips? Load them in. You give the AI voice, you tell it what to say on the intro and the outro. And then all you need is people to leave their video. And voila. And you could have 10, 15, 20 videos within a couple of hours already done that's going to be out there promoting. with the QR codes so people can actually make their own videos, with the social media links already built in so it actually goes to it, not having to open up the separate apps to load it up, post a link, and do all that crazy. Can you imagine how fast this is? Now that gives you an advantage. You get to post more than maybe 1 or 2 videos, or short videos, or reels, or TikToks, depending on how long the videos are. Hello, SSN family, is Brian P. Brian P also said, smash that like button. Yes, smash the like button. So I'm not going to be too long on here tonight. This wasn't designed for a normal live stream, but on Friday night, you can hear my voice is getting better. Friday night at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be talking about this and a whole lot more. We're going to be talking about Punta Cana as well. We're going to be talking about real estate investing. We're going to be talking about no credit, no qualifying, no barrier to entry, because now it's time to go up another level. We're going to be talking about villas. We're going to be talking about condos. We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of things. And you know what we do. We're working hard for you, ladies and gentlemen, because it's hard out here for the ordinary citizens, the OCs. It's getting harder and harder, and the Federal Reserve did us no favors. They have not been doing any favors for the ordinary citizens. Now, again, this is all based on us trying to help you out by investing where your money makes money for you. And you have many different avenues that you can do that. Victor Marrero, another investor, soon to be retirees in the house on this Thursday edition. And welcome to the Thursday evening edition, SSN Nation Instavid AI style. Victor Marrero, he says, hello all. That was very interesting. You just said the key takeaway from this. You can generate a video that looks very professional in a matter of minutes. That's it exactly, Victor Marrero. That is the big key right there. This is what we're talking about. That is the thing. And it gives an opportunity for people who don't. You know how many times people have said, hey, I would like to do YouTube. Can you help me? And I sit there and I say, I can help you, but it's not like I can't really, you got to make the video. And so either way, you have to make the video. And I said, now the problem comes in after you make the video. Do you know editing? Do you have editing software? The usual thing is, no, I don't know anything about editing. See, well, right there, there's a learning curve for all of that. If you've never did any editing at all, there's a huge learning curve, because different software means that it doesn't actually look the same. So I've done editing before, so I found a software that's pretty easy for me, but I am no P1 type editor. I can't use the Adobe systems and all that, but I can use a certain editor that I'm accustomed with. But those people would be in the same ballpark. They'd be like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So now they have to take, whether it's a month or 2 or 3 to feel comfortable to edit. And now here we have something you can do in a matter of minutes without you actually having to edit anything. Just make the video, make the out. It's beautiful. So Victor Marrero, that's exactly right. And now that also means you can get more videos up and out. All right. So I'm going to give you guys a perfect example. When I make videos, the live stream videos are always easier because it just runs. Right. But when I'm doing the ones where I'm out on the street and I'm just walking around and I'm actually rolling tape for the intro, I say the intro and then I do like my next maneuver. And then if I say things such as, yeah, in that article that came out recently, well, see, soon as I said, that article that came out recently, if I want to put that article on the screen during editing, that means I actually have to go grab it, screenshot it, put it into the editor, and then I have to find the spot that I actually said it. You see, so that takes a little time, put it in, and then while we create the intro, the outro, and then all of a sudden you're sitting there, you're listening to this, right? So let's say the video is 10 minutes. You're listening to like 10 minutes and then some. And then because you have to cut and splice, right? So all that takes time. So that is valuable time that is going to be lost. when you have to do the old-fashioned editing, and this right here changes the game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to be here this long tonight because my voice is coming back, so you know what's going to happen Friday night if my voice continues to get stronger. All right, it's going to be off the charts. You can spend more time researching versus editing. That's a big deal. Exactly, Victor Marrero. That's very well said. Because I mean, just my example I was saying there, the May Musical Festival. Normally, what you would have to do is get some sort of, okay, I know the guys are rehearsing on Tuesday. I'd have to go to the rehearsal. Generally, I'd be at rehearsal. I'd say, hey, guys, let's do some promo. See us in Punta Cana or whatever, right? Now I can just say, hey, guys, just send me over some video that just shows you guys saying, hey, do a promo for me. And then I'm just going to upload it into Instavidai. And I've already made the intro on my end. And all I did was upload it. I don't even have to download to the editor. Don't have to do anything. As soon as they send over theirs, 5 minutes later, it's a go to several platforms. That is powerful and beautiful. It's a huge deal coming out, ladies and gentlemen. So I just want to point this out. Now, if you want to be a part of it, I highly suggest this could be an opportunity. We want money to make money for us while we're sleeping. The only time you can do that is when you have a Mr. Wonderful deal. Because if a company makes profit, you want to share in the profit. And you do not want to lose ownership rights. That's the best deal you'll ever get. Those are hard to come by. So if you don't know what I'm referring to, just go see Mr. Wonderful on Shark Tank, and you'll see the deals where he says, I'll give you $300,000, but I want $1 from every item sold until you give me the $300,000 back, and then I want to retain 5%. That is what we're talking about here for the SSN Nation deal. So that is the type of thing that money can't buy. And after this is over, once we reach a certain number, nobody else can get that deal. That'll be locked. All right. So hit up Oscar. You see the info, the emails on the screen. Go see them right now. And if anybody has anything else they want to talk about, please do so now. Juan Aguilar, I was hoping that he was going to be here when we did the live stream because I wanted to talk about this. Here's a response that I gave for that, and I could elaborate a little more. Karen Ann, I wanted to find out from her as well what she was doing with her. Again, I don't really like doing the HELOC to buy something else because your HELOC loans or I don't know what type of loans it could be, but the pension loans, I don't know what that costs. And so the thing is, if it's costing you 6% annually and the thing isn't delivered on time and it's a year later or 2 years later, you're going to run into paying this interest for potentially 2 to 3 years. So if you're listening, so I wanted to talk about that. You have my info on social media, so you can always hit me up. But you know, there's always a way to do something. So we will see. Let's see. Oh, she's got it. Eric, I will take out a home improvement loan. I don't recommend that. I mean, for everybody that's OCs out here, I mean, you might be able to, I mean, your income might be good enough to hold it. But I mean, again, okay, so you're not talking about paying the 30, the 40, the 60% with this. You're talking about on the backside when you say, okay, we owe the 30% on delivery and you've already paid the 70%, let's say. So then you're saying, I'm going to take out, let's just use a number, 100,000. I'm going to take that out and pay that portion. And so then I'll have a home improvement type of loan that's going to be hopefully below 8.5, because it probably will be if it's later. But The thing is, it has to be lower than the banks and the DR, because by this time, if it's a year or 2 years from now, the banks and the DR are probably going to be down to 6.5. So that is what you have to be leery about. So right now, she's saying it's 6%. That's not bad. That's going to be below DRs right now. So then that gives you an advantage. So you don't have to take out the remaining amount. So as long as it's 6%, I don't know how long it'll be. But if it's, what is DRs, like 10 years, 15 years in some cases. But nonetheless, it has to make sense economically like that. She's saying tax write-off. Let me see. Tax write-off. I'm using improvement loan. I'm buying potentially. And since you said it, I'm assuming you spoke with a accountant about this, certified public accountant, because that's kind of, I don't know. Because you're taking out a loan for home improvement, not for investing. So I don't know if a tax expert may be able to tell us. And unfortunately, I'm not a tax expert on that at all. So that to me is a crossover. So it's kind of a home improvement loan translating it into an investment loan. I don't know, but somebody here in the house may know. We'll have to talk about this on another day, but we're going to have to find out, right? She's saying it's a USA. Yeah, I know it has to be USA. But I question the tax write-off portion. That's the only thing. In fact, so I know you could do it if we're talking USA, but I don't know if I can do it if I take the money and then I use the money for investing in another location. I don't know because it's not going to be the same home. So I don't know. We will see. It's to increase property value. Right. Okay. So you're taking out a home improvement loan for a property in the USA is what you're referring to. Okay, then that makes sense. I was thinking you're taking out the home improvement loan and then using that money to pay off or use that for the condo in the DR. That's what I was thinking. So we will see. Hello, Karen. 6% for how many years? Why take a home improvement loan and not an equity loan against your property? You can also deduct the interest taxes for tax. See, I figured Victor Morel would chime in. But here's what I want to know, though. Yeah, Victor Morel hit it exactly on the head. I like home equity loan better myself because when we do home improvement loans, again, I call that a crossover. And like Victor was saying too, 6% for how many years? That's the $1 million question. And the HELOCs, again, we're going to fall into. So it's to buy the DR loan. Yes, it's an equity. Oh, okay. Well, equity loan, home improvement loan are two different type of things. All right. In my mind, just in my mind, because I look at HELOC, because if I do home improvement, that's a whole nother thing because they're like, okay, well, what did you improve? HELOC loan. Okay. That's just an equity line of credit. So yeah, that's fine. But it has to be lower than the going rate and better than the going rate. So in other words, the reason why you asked about the 6% for how long is because if the 6% is for 5 years versus 6.5% for 15, that's, it's kind of like all depends on your finances and monies because your payments are going to be totally different. So there's lots of factors. So be very careful. But luckily for you, you don't have to worry about it straight out the box. You're going to wait. So that's a good thing. But congratulations again on getting your second, I think it's your second or first. I've lost track. But either way, congratulations on getting this other piece of property. It's beautiful. All right. This is great conversation. Hopefully, Karen Ann, you'll be able to join us tomorrow night on the Friday night live stream where we'll delve into this a little bit more. All right. So I'm going to cut this a little short because I'm going to add it to the podcast play. And I'm going to also do some other editing and adding it over to different platforms right now. So, it's your first property. Okay, so it's going to be the one in by eBay. Beautiful. Okay, there we go. You also have to pay closing costs because this will be a total new loan package. There we go. There we go. Yep. Exactly. Victor Marrero knows a little about this, Karen Ann. So tomorrow night, Karen Ann, at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, please join us because there's a lot of people that need to go down this path. We'll talk about it a lot tomorrow because there's, a lot of people here invested in the DR and they're been told by a lot of people, oh, don't worry about it. Just use your pension money or just get a HELOC. You have a lot of credit. I don't recommend doing that is all I'm saying. But if you're going to do it, then you need to know the ramifications of everything because there's things that are going to happen. Length of time matters. There's all kind of factors. All right. So, and you don't want to jeopardize your an asset that you already have that has equity. Right. And you want to be able to, if you take equity out, you want to be able to get a return on your investment relatively soon. So that is one of the things that we think of here. Thanks, Victor. This helps. Exactly. But come back tomorrow night, Karen Ann, and hopefully Victor can come back, and then we'll have other people that also may know about this, and then we'll have a full-blown talk and discussion about the different ways when somebody says pensions and somebody says HELOCs to go and use that for investment monies. All right, just keep that in mind. Okay, tomorrow, exactly, 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Friday night live stream. Be there and learn a lot more, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get into some accountants information. And let me see if I can actually get, I think I'm going to bring somebody else on as well. But we have knowledgeable people in the house. Victor's one of them. So we'll talk about it tomorrow night. All right, at length, because it takes a little bit of while because I want to bring some things up so then you can actually see, because it's not just simple, hey, I'm going to get $150,000. It costs you more than $150,000. That's the thing. And also now you've tied up some equity. And again, I need that to convert to where it's going to be paid back quickly as possible. So again, we'll talk about this tomorrow night, but thank you so much for bringing it up today. And everybody being here, thank you so much. Don't forget to smash that like button on the way out. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, but we're trying to make it a little bit easier for you if you can make your money work for you. And that's what we're trying to do. That's why we have to bring you these opportunities like the one we were talking about tonight with Instavidai. Ordinary citizens trying to catch up with the big boys. And that's what we love, right? We always want to catch up with the big boys because once you're on the level playing ground, you can usually beat them because they get lazy at the top. And with all that said, be safe. I love you guys very much for your support. Keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.